Well, hi folks, time to harvest the last potatoes of this year. These are going to be the Sarpo Blue Danube, which are a main crop. Really dry potato, purple skin, fantastic for chips and roasts. Generally not the biggest potato ever, and because these got blight, I would imagine it's going to be quite a disappointing crop, but we'll have a look anyway. I've got 4 pots of these. I only grow them really just for chips and roasts and for Christmas mainly. We'll get these out and then I'll harvest a few leeks and give you a look round everything else that's going on, and we'll see how things are getting on. So let's have a look. There's nothing poking out yet. Let's have a look. The soil's very wet. Well, that's pretty good. You probably have a job seeing these actually, because like I said, they are a purple potato. Well, they're a really nice size. Doesn't seem to be too many, to be honest. But, like I said, you can't see them. No scab at all. So yeah, looking really good. I'll get a bucket out later and wash them so you can see what colour they are. But yeah, that's a decent size. Anything about that size and bigger is perfectly fine for me. And they're great. That's a great size. That's a seed potato. So like I said, it doesn't look like we've got a great amount, but the ones we do have seem to be a decent enough size. I mean, that size is fantastic, really. It's great for chipping. So, like I said, not too amazing for a first pot, but I'd rather have a few big ones than loads of little ones. And like I said, because they're so hard to see, these, you do tend to miss a few. What I'm going to do with this soil, before I use it again next year, I'll put it back into the pots and I'm going to grow some lettuces in the polytunnel in it. I've already been doing that with the other compost, so let's give it a second wind this year, so I can get some more lettuces, like I said, in the polytunnel over winter, hopefully. Depends on how cold it gets. Yeah, these are a little bit smaller. They're still okay. Yeah, not a bad size really. Not too many, as I said. But I remember I did only plant some smallish seed potatoes because I didn't have a great deal. Because I kept my own seed potatoes and I think we ate most of them, so I only ended up keeping some really small ones. So like I said, I'm not looking for the mother load of spuds here. It's quality over content really. See, that's what you don't want. Loads of little ones like that, which are basically no use because you can't peel them for chipping. So I wish if they were all like the first pot, we'd be more than happy. But like I said, just keep going through them. Keep finding a few more. They just don't stand out like white potatoes do at all. Quite well camouflaged. So yeah, like I said, this compost, I'll be using it again. I'll put it back in the pot, put it in some sort of square boxes and stuff, and then we'll grow some other stuff in it. Should be good to go. So that's 2 down, 2 to go, and then we'll get some leeks out. God, this stuff's heavy. This soil is so heavy. We'll get some leeks out. Leeks have done really well this year. Don't know why. But to be honest, everything's done really well this year after a rubbish start. I thought it was going to be the worst season ever, but I haven't really had any disasters. The only thing that's gone wrong this year early on was the onions going to seed. A few of them, but other than that, all the rest grew really well. And everything else has been as good as ever, if not better. So it's been possibly the worst summer weather-wise I've ever known. So if you can get a good crop, or possibly one of the best years for growing for me this year. From a rubbish weather, then it's not too bad. So like I say, this is all the molehill soil, so I'll use this again. Didn't cost me a penny. Just mixed with sharp sand, so it gives it a bit of drainage. And it's obviously far more nutritious than bog shop bought compost, which is just peat and wood fibre and all sorts of rubbish. The only nutrients in that is the added fertiliser. So this stuff should be fertile for year after year because it is soil. Keep missing these odd ones. I think that's that one done, so we'll do this last one. I'll give them a wash, show you what colour they're actually like when they're not covered in soil. And then we'll get on to putting some of these leeks up. And I can make myself some leek and potato soup. Oh dear. Come on, let's finish with a big one. Finish with a big one. We can't see spuds now. These are a bit bigger again. Some nice sized ones here. Considering how wet this soil is, I thought they'd have been rotten and all sorts, but there's not a slightest bit of scab on, which does prove that they have been more than moist enough, because it's dry soil that produces the ideal scenario for scab. So I suppose that's one thing for having a wet summer. I'm going to have less scab. Some nice ones again. Just have a final route through here. They're almost impossible. That's a seed potato. Like I said, they're just really good at hiding because of the colour of them. Another one there. So I'm not too disappointed, to be honest. I thought they'd be really small, and they're not. They're actually probably some of the biggest I've ever grown, these, because they're not renowned for the size. Oy. So that's them. No, we've got a few more. Another big one. Another one there. So I'll give them a good rinse off, and we'll have a look at them. Let's see what the real colour is once I give them a wash off. Right, that's those. I'll give them a rinse off and then we'll go and pull some leeks up. Alright then folks, that's them giving a bit of a wash off. You can see what colour they are now, nice purple colour, and I don't think I've ever grown them as big as this, to be honest. Not a great amount, maybe about £20, but that's more than enough from 4 little pots. And some pretty decent sized ones, so I'm really pleased with those this year. That's the Sarpo Blue Danube. As far as I'm concerned, the best spud for chips and roast potatoes in the world. So we'll get a few leeks up now, and then I'll show you around what else is left and what else is going on. Right then folks, get a few of these leeks out. They're not massive yet, but I mean they're more than big enough to take out. Can't remember which variety they were. I grew 2 varieties, a late variety and an early one. These are the early ones. They were called Zermatt and something else. Can't remember which ones. For me, that's plenty big enough to take at this time of year. Nice, nice and clean. Just try and work my way in when I see one that's a little bit bigger than the rest. Just gonna make some soup with these. So it'd be nice to get a few bit of soup out of them. Yeah, for some reason it's been a good year for leeks so far as well. No idea why. They must like the moisture. It's another one. None of them have gone to seed. Got a little bit of rust on them now, but that's to be expected. It won't do much harm over winter. It won't progress very quickly. So yeah, all I do, I just peel the leaves off until you get to a clean, unsplit one. Job's a good one. There's a couple more in there that are a little bit bigger. I'll leave the smaller ones to get a bit bigger. Got to really dig deep because the plant is 6 inches deep, so look at the root system. Now thankfully I don't get this allium leaf miner and allium moth and all that up here yet, so I'm pretty well pest free when it comes to leeks and onions. No doubt it will start moving up north. And by all means there's not a right lot you can do about it. So I mean there would be something the commercial growers spray on it, but there's nothing for us lowly little home growers. Oh, one more, that one's quite a big one. That one, I think I've planted 40 of each, so I've certainly got more than enough to go at. 80 leeks altogether. So that's a few leeks. Not bad for the first leeks of the year, more than big enough for me. So that's a few of the first leeks done, folks. Just have a bit of a wander around now, show you what else is going on, and then that'll be about it. Alright then folks, just before I let you have a wander around, I'll just pull a few carrots up I suppose. I pulled some clonkers up the other day. They would have done good done well in a show, so not had any special treatment. These are the sweet candle, so we'll just get in and pull a few of these up. Oh dear, that's a split one. That's for the sheep. That's even, with it being this well drained, sometimes they do split. That one's fine, that's a beauty, that. Lovely. Look at that. Perfect little carrot. I'll just put those on there. I'll just pull 3 of these up, that's more than enough. Let's have a look. Pull this one up next to it. This doesn't look as big. Another little one. Get another one, try and find a bigger one. That one's got 2 in. Let's have a look. This one looks like quite a big one. Doesn't feel like a very big one. These certainly wouldn't do well in a show. A matching 3. But there you go. A few carrots to go with it. No carrot fly, thankfully. Not sure whether growing them in boxes does make a lot of difference because they're 2 foot above the ground, but it can't do any harm because carrot fly are a low flying insect. So a few little carrots. Right then folks, show you what else is going on. Not a lot now, but believe it or not, this cobra bean plant, although it's looking really tatty and half dead, is still producing beans. Not at a great rate considering how cold it is, but right at the end, you know, I got once a week, just get enough for a meal, if you see. So it's still producing in nearly October, so there's probably one more harvest left. We'll get a frost, it'll die off, and then I'll plant some lettuces at the bottom, get it all nicely cleaned out. I've already got a few spring onions in the bottom, need to tidy all the dead leaves up and stuff. So as I said, I've been growing some things in the potato compost, bit of rocket there, some more lettuce, red lettuce there, and I've started some off in the bed as well. Got a few more plants at home to plant out, but I've had the first lettuce out of the polytunnel out of here. As you can see, it's far cleaner than growing them outside at this time of year because they get so mucky and slugs are everywhere now. So yeah, I'll just be growing a few more in the beds and a few more in the pots. So that's what's going on. Hopefully keep those growing into November. But other than that, not a lot going on. That's the main bed, all empty now, weeded off. Just a matter of putting some compost in. I need to turn my compost, see how much we've got this year, and I'll put that on, put any spent compost that I'll grow my tomatoes in on top of it, and then just let it wash in. So that's about it folks, bit of cropping and what's going on at the moment. So that's about it folks, see you later.